Get this 11 to 1 weekdays on the Triple M network. With myself, Tony Martin.
Tone.
Who pushed that button? It was Richard Marsland.
Right here, Tone.
And over there, it's Ed Cavalier, of which it has been said.
Unbelievable.
Indecisive.
Spin doctor.
Boring.
Inconsistent.
Untrustworthy.
Bit wishy-washy.
Stale.
Old and tired.
Old and tired.
Those were the positives.
Thanks for playing me some of the testing that the station's done.
This is a chance for you to prove your critics wrong, Ed, because Borgust, I've left it with you.
Now, who are the Borg, Tone? For those who haven't...
They're half machine, half person, as far as I
they're
know.
quite high-tech.
Yeah, I've seen more photos of our listeners dressed as the Borg than I have of the real Borg.
Absolutely right.
But the thing is, it's one of those things, started as a joke, then the photos started arriving.
Now, see, the problem with that, Tone, is that the first thing that our listeners think to do when you say dress up as a member of the Borg poorly, put some technology on yourself, is they cover themselves in dildos and send in the photographs.
Oh, dear.
So
That's not safe for work, that one.
a very dishonourable mention to you, Matthew McGregor, and you know who you are. Well, let's not clap him. And then also a very dishonourable mention for this man, Mick. Now, that is just, that is blatant, Mick. That's what that is. So there you go. Well done, you.
Have a look at that. Oh, no, that can't be. Oh,
Yeah,
dear, oh, dear.
Yeah, I know.
I just don't know.
Where does he get them?
That the Borg's genitalia was ever shown in the series.
I'm not sure they were either.
Certainly gets a run in these photos.
I'm not sure they had so many marital aids on their faces. Okay, so now we get into the good stuff.
Okay, now we're getting to the runners-up.
Now, the runners-up here have won DVDs. We've
Yes.
got a DVD of 300, apparently the most homoerotic action film ever made.
Oh,
so
they'll love
that's,
that.
that's good news. And that has gone to Mr. Jake Bommelay. Jake Bommelay, excuse
Yes.
my pronunciation. Describe what he's done there, Tone.
He simply put a 44-gallon drum around himself. In fact, I'm not even sure that he's put it round himself. I think he's just holding it up in front of his body.
He is holding it up.
That's minimum effort, maximum effect.
Congratulations, sir. A Robot Chicken, the favourite of the nerdy techs in here DVD, goes to Rob Peters. Now, what's Rob done there, Tone?
Oh, Rob's just wrapped a bit of alfoil around himself.
Yep.
He's possibly got an iPod on.
Yes, and
His Siamese cat is sitting on his head. That looks more Klingon than Borg to
very
me.
technologically
But
advanced.
damn it, give that man a prize.
He's done well. Now, Mr. Marsland and Tony, we get into the winners of the helicopters.
the winner's circle.
Now, in third place, and they get the helicopter that I was flying around the studio yesterday that's crashed a little bit.
It's pre-damaged
I think we'll call it slightly crashed.
by Radio's Ed Cavalier.
James Miller, congratulations.
Oh, yes.
You get yourself a remote-controlled helicopter 4, Tone.
For holding a sort of, what's that, a whisk in one hand.
Yep, it's an egg beater in one hand,
He's got an electric knife in the other hand.
electric carving knife,
And then he's just got a toaster kind of dangling from his neck.
wrapped around his head.
But what I love is the photo he's decided to send in is the one where his eyes were shut.
Brilliant
So
acting.
That looks fantastic.
Brilliant acting.
Beautiful.
Well done. Second place with another remote-controlled helicopter, undamaged, goes to Susie Byrne for this effort, Tony, which you would describe as...
Someone just with a calculator stuck to the front of them and pointing at it.
However, no, it's hanging over the front of her chest, and on the calculator she's written boobs
Oh, she's
in
written
numbers.
boobs.
Yeah, okay.
Extra effort.
Yeah, well done.
Almost too much effort.
Oh, really?
Because what we want for a winner is someone who's done the absolute minimum, something you could maybe throw together in less than 5 seconds and yet make such an impact that I'd want to see him walking onto the set of the new J.J. Abrams Star Trek movie.
Well,
Who is our winner?
and for genius like that, we turn to a man known only as Justin Brown. Congratulations, sir. You are the winner of the large remote-controlled helicopter by doing what, Tone?
Just putting one of them sort of things that sits beside your computer with all the memory in it.
Yep.
On the top of his head.
Yeah,
There you
well
go.
done, sir. He's covered his head in a hard drive, sent it in, arms aloft.
And that has got to go up on the website. I'm assuming these are up
These
on the
are all
website.
up, triplem.com.au. Now, if you disagree with us, if you think that Richard's got it wrong, then what you want to do is
Hang on.
no, bear with me, Rich. If you think the dildo merchants deserve something, then send us an email because we're going to have viewers' choice.
Yeah,
we're
that'll
going to
be-
have a viewers' choice prize. I just thought of that.
The emails and requests are coming in thick and fast. Look at this. Max Lawton. He says, is there any chance that Richard Marsland will be releasing an album anytime soon?
Good idea.
Marsland's greatest hits. Track 1, The Venga Bus. That's it. Recommended retail price $79.95.
Well, there's a 12-inch remix, obviously, and maybe even a hidden track featuring the Charlene 5000, the electronic drum machine.
Yeah,
Set to mystery.
I've got to bring that back in.
don't you get the feeling we're going to hear that song before the end of the show? I just know we are.
Hey, Tone, speaking of that song, Kate Wilkinson has emailed in and said that she was in a gym the other night doing a high-low class. What is that, Tone?
I don't know.
Okay.
It's you do the first half up on the mezzanine. I don't know.
Incorrect, Tone. She was mid-leg curl when the Venga bus came on, and they had to do their high-low to the Venga bus. Rich, put your shirt down.
No, I was just scratching
So
myself.
much balcony I'm looking at. Jeez Louise.
Sorry, just
so
working
much
out the-
pasty balcony.
I'm just working out the cover shot for the Richard Marsland's Greatest Hits album.
Yeah, with the one track $79.95.
Anyway, as I was saying, she said that she had to leave the room, go into the bathroom, and have a little laugh to herself because of you, Richard, and your Venga bus. So now when people are in high-low mid-squat, they're thinking Marsland.
Gets the ladies giggling, does that, Richard
Not
Marsland?
bad, Rich.
Okay, I'm sure we'll hear that.
Hey, Skeesus Mop has emailed in from Brisbane saying, "Hi guys, like the show, saw one of your billboards, promptly graffitied it." End quote.
I hope he graffitied it creatively.
I hope he see and or beat it.
Well, we are starting to, like you say, people are running into the toilets and giggling
Yep.
when they think of Richard Marsland.
Yes. Yeah.
People are attacking pictures of us in the street.
Yep.
We're starting to have an impact on the community.
How are we going?
Finally, listen to this. Paul Noon says, just wanted to thank you guys for getting me a 3-week holiday. I work in a call centre and got monitored on a call and asked why by my manager I told the customer, this is dizzy stuff, after explaining the product. Without thinking, I accused him of being put up to this by the thugs in the scallop
That
industry.
is true. Probably was.
And I accused him of just sitting around waiting for the next handout while rolling a fat cigarette. The floor manager who was listening in came in. I was told to take 2 weeks off as I was obviously under a lot of stress.
That's so true.
So he's got himself a holiday. He's spending it catching up on all the old Get This podcasts.
Wow.
Isn't that a beautiful story?
We've all had bad air checks. So they actually do monitor those calls for coaching purposes.
Yeah, they do.
Great.
They really do.
Try and
The
find
one
a
I
bit of
can't work out is, because we call a lot of sex phone lines on this show.
Yep.
It's work-related, I assure you. They say, this call may be monitored.
Oh, by who? Who's getting it for free? Are you saying that we should all become sex phone line monitors?
But monitored for quality assurance purposes.
Oh, quality.
So what is there? What follow-up is there? Do they get all the women into a room and the manager plays back the calls and does an assessment?
See, I don't believe you're actually washing your girlfriend there.
Yeah. Could have gotten out earlier.
I don't.
Wrap it up. Come on, wrap it up.
One thought per break, okay?
Oh, speaking of monitoring, I was watching the news last night.
Of course you were.
And the horse flu, very serious, obviously. We're not making fun of that. A lot of
No.
people losing a lot of money on the
That's
horse
right,
flu.
yeah.
Aren't the greyhounds loving it, though?
Oh,
The greyhounds are the big men on campus. I saw one racing in sunglasses, but that's beside the point. There's some interesting things going on with the horse flu because they can't actually take them outside to train.
No.
Right,
So they're
right.
using other methods. Have a listen to this.
Randwick, with no sign of track work this morning, didn't bode well. Horses were confined to stables doing their daily exercise on treadmills.
Cut to footage of horses on treadmills. Just, doing the high-low class, doing some squats.
Fantastic. You ever see a horse with that sort of belt that goes around the arse and wobbles it to make it
the vibratone.
lose a few pounds?
I mean, I guess maybe in training circles that's quite common, but I've never heard of it before.
No, really?
Yeah.
I mean, I thought going to the gym I had some body issues standing next to the muscly guy. standing next to a
Maccabi
horse.
Diva. Great quads.
Wow.
Jeez, look at that horse's glutes. How do they get their mane so shiny?
Hang on, where's he going? He's going to the toilets to have a laugh at Richard Marsland's Finger Buzz song. Even the horses enjoy it. Even the horses are loving it.
Oh, the horses are loving it. Look at them clopping and sniffing,
People are calling
eating
in.
carrots.
Despite your efforts yesterday, what was this time yesterday? Oh, that's where you nearly died on here.
Oh, yeah, that wasn't very funny.
No, I seem to think it was hilarious,
Yeah,
though.
it's the most I've ever heard you laugh. It was almost evil villain territory.
It certainly was. Someone's electrocuting themselves, and I just pissed myself.
Yes, you did, mate.
But it was visually quite amusing, I will say.
That was.
A lot of requests for that on the podcast.
But, yeah. That should just be one podcast, is that break. The Electrocast.
It is, get this.
Ranked number one in the world for air quality and number one in the world for odour.
Oh, somebody stepping a duck.
Always need a touch of Rodney. before we head off on our break. And, of course, still brought to you by the Nissan Navara. Oh, what a 4x4.
What a 4x4.
You're going to be getting behind the wheel over the break?
I'll be attacking weekends and work days as if they were the same thing.
We've got it here in the studio again. Give it one. Come on, Rich.
You want to get up and boogie?
Yep, ready?
Okay. Give it a little bit. Listen to this. Hey!
But give it a bit more, Rich. Come on.
You sure?
Yeah.
But can you handle it?
If you're listening in your car, this is, you
Oh,
want to make people envious. Oh, Rich, what are you doing? Oh!
Assault! Assault! You touched me, officer. Sorry.
Pardon me. Backed into the studios of Police 107, apparently. Beautifully done. Now, a lot going on, a lot of mail coming in. Firstly, Lucas McCure says, I'm looking for a career and I've been listening to Get This and I'm thinking, should I get into uni theatre and follow in Ed's footsteps? Sounds like it gets you a lot of action.
Oh, okay. I was once like you, young man, and I can say it very strongly, yes, get yourself down to the theatre as quickly as you possibly can. They'll be putting on either Rosencrantz and Guildenstern Are Dead or some 6-hour epic that some bloke's written because some girl in high school didn't like him. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what the lines are. It doesn't matter what your character is. You're going to have great talcum powder in your hair to try and make you look older and a walking stick. It's Action City Limits. It is the best possible place for action. This is why, Tone.
Why?
Because there's plenty of rehearsing, right? Now, there's one thing you can always say about a university play. Someone's going to have to pash on.
Yeah.
We got pashing on into everything. I think someone did the Thornbirds, and it was just like a soft porno. It was just dry humping on,
It was the original Thornbirds as well, I think. It was pretty porno.
The real trick is there, Luke, is if you can't get into a play, like if your acting skills aren't good, but doesn't matter, whatever, write your own. Write a play where you are the hero, and it's basically you, touching people up for an hour and a half. You will get... you should see some of the blokes that ended up with girlfriends at university. Ordinary society, they would be outcasts. They would be the guys on the phone lines. There they are parading it around.
Yeah. Okay, where does this lead, though? I mean, okay, action's fine, but what about a career in drama and theatre? Where does it lead? The set of Neighbours.
Oh, yes.
Surely that's where it ends up.
I thought you were asking me. I'm like, I don't know. I ended up in here. I'm a real...
Yeah, it's a trust exercise that got way out of hand.
Ended up being electrocuted on national radio. But yes.
Oh, you know what's a good trick?
What?
Say we'll have the after party at my house. That always works. Because then people end up needing somewhere to sleep. Never mind.
Okay. It sounds borderline creepy, the old uni theatre.
Anyway, we're on the set with Neighbours. It's time to play everyone's favourite game, Neighbours Plot or Not. Hold that thought, Richard, because we have a new theme for it. Unfortunately for you, Tony, it's you singing the theme to different strokes.
Yesterday was your hair so long, an old love song, and a photograph.
I'm not going to get drawn into this.
You singing the blues. Nothing comes easy. Trying to keep it all together now. Sorry, that's all together now. Loud. One of the crowd. Trying to keep it all together now. Sorry, that's John English's All Together Now. I forgot to
help it.
See?
I just get caught up.
Get lured in every time. Look, that man got out of his car.
Oh, man.
He's standing on the medium strip singing along.
It's a conga line.
Some music in his own head.
Okay. This is how this works. I lay out the plots of Neighbours. Some of them Ed has made up. Some of them are in the TV week.
All right.
Who would like to go first?
Richard Marsland.
I'll go first.
Marsland.
Yeah.
When one-legged Paul gets his hand stuck in Toadie's goatee, the whole suburb pulls together to free him. Was it an accident, or does the goatee have a dark past?
That is so a Neighbours Plot.
It's incorrect. It's Cavalier.
Oh, man.
No, Cavalier. Cavalier.
Fictional.
Shockingly enough, that was Cavalier. Ready, Tone? Don't look, because you can tell which I'm reading it. What I'm reading out of.
I'm looking over here.
When Kirsten, Nicola somebody or other, sets up somebody else for a fall, Janae, somebody else, gives her a piece of her mind, as only the Timmins can.
Because of all the somebody else's, I'm presuming you're reading it out of the TV week and it's real.
Correct.
Call me Miss Marple.
Okay, so is it 1-1? Oh, no.
1-1.
Is it,
I
one.
was wrong. I did.
Does the score really matter?
Yes, it's a prize. So it's 1-0 to Tone. Richard, your chance to tie it up.
Okay.
When the one with the face does something to the one with the hair, can the one with the teeth step in and save the day?
Well, that doesn't look like a TV week that you're holding to me. It looks like a piece of A4 with some hastily scribbled university plays on it. So I'm going to say that is directly from the mind of Edward Cavalier.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Sorry.
Take your choice, right or wrong. You work it out, listeners.
I'm actually wrong
Thank you very much.
with that sound effect.
Thank you. Don't wah the mind of Cavalier.
Give me one more.
No, that's
that's it.
Yeah, that's it.
It's a 3 for today.
No, it's a draw. Tone, you better sing us out.
Yesterday is just a memory or might have been. Rock and roll never forgets, forgives or regrets, 'cause nothing comes easy. Trying to keep it all together now. We're up there. It's pretty windy too.
Cheers.
Now, so many things we could be doing. We've done so many, haven't we?
Yeah.
This year that have really taken off. Ones we didn't think would take off and have, like who's your favourite Sheffield Shield cricketer?
Brilliant.
They're still coming in. You've got some sort of gallery up, haven't you? Ed, on the website.
Oh, yeah, it's your Sheffield Shield gallery, triplem.com.au/get this. Go to the Sheffield Shield gallery. See some of the heroes of years gone by. Carl Rackerman's going to be up there soon.
Oh, yes.
With the likes of Julian Weiner and Joe Scuderi.
What about Smithy Douglas? He's written in to say, in celebration of the release of Borgust, yes, it's on. Tell you what, I noticed last night, sold out on the DVD Easy website.
Excellent.
Does that mean it's a blockbuster, or does it mean they didn't make very many? It's one of those anyway.
Yep.
He's saying in celebration, surely the Borgust brothers, or is that pronounced Borgust? I don't know.
Borgust. You're the Borgust brothers.
Jason Borgust.
Yeah. South Australians?
That's near enough to Borgust. Can that please be added to the Sheffield Shield gallery?
The answer to that is yes, it will go up. Thank you very much.
See what-
Smit E.
That's a great one. Now, other topics, which one did you want to do today?
I wanted to do Who's All Hands. Call up and just, tell us someone you know who's...
Hello, Ed Cavalier.
What?
Next caller, Ed Cavalier.
That jumper was loose. There was going to be a hand up there anyway.
You're all hands all over yourself. You know?
Well, you have been accused of being all hands all over yourself by Bridget Duclos, who is in the basketball team you coach.
Cougar stacked basketball team I coach. Now, Richard, you're the one that's
It's area management
kind
issues.
of rubbing the balcony in front of me the whole show.
Well, there we go. I'm all hands too.
If you know what I'm saying.
Okay, look, I tell you one,
We're bickering.
well, see, maybe we're being annoying
Yeah.
as we get closer to our break. And something I thought we could bring back, we had a lot of calls, is annoying things that only you do.
Oh, yeah.
And I have so many habits. I mean, most of them are seen on this show every day, heard. Like I mentioned, I cannot go to an Indian restaurant, see the word korma without singing Korma Chameleon.
I know.
I can't do it.
I know, Tone.
If someone brings out a plate of tzatziki, I can't stop saying, tzatziki monkey! Tzatziki monkey!
That is
It's so
a
annoying.
long bow to draw,
If
too.
Diagnosis Murder comes on Foxtel, I always have to try and think of the name of the episode
Oh, yes.
with the word diagnosis
Go
on
on.
it. Like Diagnosis Toupee, because Burt Reynolds is a guest. Diagnosis Chachi, because Chachi's in that one.
Fair enough.
Anything can be. It's just Diagnosis Stapler. Look, there's a stapler on Dick
man.
Van Dyke's desk.
Oh, man.
Very annoying. I'm sent outside.
Okay.
Other annoying things that I do. Brett Ratner.
Oh, yes. Director of Rush Hour.
Yeah, often called the worst, or at least the most hated director in Hollywood. Every time I see his name on a poster, I go, oh, what's coming down the Ratner drainpipe now?
Not bad.
The Ratner drainpipe. That's what I call it.
Not bad, Tone.
Annoying little habits.
Yes.
But no, let's not do that, because Richard Marsden is set to blow us out of the water with an idea he calls...
Can I say that I think that this will probably be the greatest phone topic the world has ever known.
Oh, well, thank
I
you
don't
for
want to
your
build it
support.
up too much.
No, cheers.
Tell us what it is, Rich.
Okay, well, we had a brainstorm downstairs just before the show, and I don't know, I just was thinking my mind was elastic, so I just thought word association.
Yeah, word association. How does that work?
How does this work?
Well, I've written down a list of words, things that may or may not have anything to do with this show.
Okay.
I throw them at you, get your first thoughts, your first word.
So the listeners do this?
Yeah, the listeners. And then
So do they give us words or we give them words?
we give them words.
Okay.
They reply with their first word that they think of, or a phrase, or some sort of emotion attached to that. And then you guys do exactly the same thing. And then we discuss how we got to that place
see,
exactly.
it sounded kind of good, and then now we're involved. Now it sounds complicated.
Yeah.
Well, it's not. It'll be
And
fine.
Wait a second. Don't you think people are just going to now think of some filth, and no matter what we say, that's what they'll say?
It sounds very.
That's what I do. Well,
dangerous.
you know, he was very worried about this
Yeah,
segment.
I was panicky idiot.
Actually, and I actually have a way of recording Richard's thoughts.
Oh, have you?
Yeah, so now let's go inside the mind of Richard Marsland. I'm Richard, and I'm worried about this segment I'm about to put on because I just don't know if it's going to work. I called Dean Geyer, and he said it was totally great, so maybe it'll work. But then I called Dean Geyer again, and he said stop calling, and he's so funny.
Why do you always say who you are?
I know. It was just a helpful thing that I do to myself.
All right, maybe the way we can keep this segment sensible is by offering a fantastic prize.
A small hologram of Jesus which transforms into the world's most wanted terrorist, and a statue of the Virgin Mary wearing a Muslim burqa.
No, see, that is not going to be popular or tasteful.
No, but we do have prizes.
Really? Where are they? I'm seeing an old issue of the TV Week and a sandwich.
All I've got is an old Joe Scuderi
You are going
Sheffield Shield playing card.
to have to do a lot better than that. We will rustle up some prizes, even if we have to steal them from the offices of another program. We're playing Richard Marsland's Word Association Challenge.
Here we go.
I don't even understand how it works.
It's very simple.
Rich, you got to do it, man. You got to set this up.
Yeah, we'll talk to people on the phone.
Yeah.
And we'll give them 3 words.
Yeah.
And just get their immediate word association
All right,
reaction.
okay.
And how do they win a prize?
And you guys join in. You've given me some words to throw at people.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
kind of like a psychological evaluation of our listenership in
There
a
we are.
way,
It's,
really.
it's a
isn't it?
Rorschach test
Okay.
of the listenership.
Oh, my goodness.
Let's
Okay.
meet him. Who's going first?
John, you're first.
How you going, John?
guys?
We're excellent. Richard's going to lay out the challenge.
Okay. This first word's from Ed, by the way. French guys.
Smelly.
Carl Stefanovic.
Robotic.
Yes.
Ankles.
Sexy.
Oh, man.
Wow, he did very well.
Not
I
too
think.
bad.
Imagine a French Carl Stefanovic with sexy ankles.
Oh, that'd be lovely. John, you get a prize. I don't know what it is because I haven't brought one up.
yes, you had a whole song.
But we'll...
You were out there talking to Jane Kennedy, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
I'm very simple. Illegal downloads would do the job.
No worries, brother. It's
All right.
coming your way.
A legal download for that, man.
Okay. Thank you, John. Hello, Leon. How are you?
Good, thanks, guys. How are you?
Excellent. Did you hear John at all?
I did. It's like the cheapest therapy session ever.
All right.
That's right, we're
Let's
learning a lot.
Lay out the challenge, Rich.
Okay, and you guys can join in as well. Steven Seagal's Thunderbox.
Oh, masterpiece.
Hand crank. Thank you, Ed.
Oh,
Yeah.
And meat pie.
sorry, that's a masterpiece.
Oh, thank you very
Oh,
much.
two
Taking me
masterpieces, Cavalier and Cigar.
All right, Leon, what do you want as a prize?
I'll go the illegal download CD too.
Oh, wow,
Right.
okay. How many? I think there's less than 20, so we're getting rid of them.
Thanks for keeping it to stuff that we've actually got.
Yes.
Okay, thanks, Leon. G'day, Aaron. How are you?
Not too bad, mate. How are you?
We're excellent. This is going okay. Let's see if we can ram it home. Lay it out, Rich.
Ready for this, Aaron?
I am.
Carl Rackerman.
Sexy.
Yes.
Remote control helicopter.
Ooh, desirable.
Yes.
Bikini car wash.
My weekend.
Oh,
Wow, what a weekend. Carl Rackerman, a car wash, and a remote control helicopter.
not bad. What do you want, Aaron?
I'm thinking a copy of Illegal Download signed by Ed as Carl Stefanovic.
All right.
Wow,
Can,
disappearing fast.
can do, bro.
Limited
Can do.
edition album, not yet even on eBay.
All right, Aaron, keep it straight. Thank you. Hello, Lewis. How are you?
G'day, boys.
All right, Rich. Lay it out.
Lewis, get ready. No wrong answers. Jumper pants.
Yeah.
I don't know how you spell that word, but we are accepting it.
Well done.
Turducken.
Busy stuff.
Yes, well done.
Plums.
Go!
That'll
What
do.
prize would you like, sir?
Barja, signed.
All right,
Yeah,
we'll
yeah,
get
that
you a
was-
copy of the Barjas and Olden Days DVD, and stick
find
around
one of
because, of course, the woman who played Natalie Thighblaster
Oh,
in
yes.
Barjas will be joining us in the
Joining us.
next hour. I think we're going to do just one more of these. Come well.
Let's go to Jared. How are you?
Good, thanks, guys. How you going?
Excellent. All right, Rich, lay it out.
Okay, here we go, Jared. Gold Coast.
Tasty.
Gene Simmons' tongue.
Tastier.
All right, good, good.
Okay. And Orlando Bloom.
Yes, that is the correct answer.
Absolutely right.
That's my response whenever I see him on screen.
Is exactly right. Hey, Jared, what would you like? You get a. What?
I think Barja would be fantastic.
All right,
All
a
right.
copy of Barjas in the Olden Days on DVD.
Wow.
Fantastic.
Richard, that went really well.
Yeah, it went almost as well as Richard Marsland's Mingo.
You can win a grand day. What the heck? Triple M's bingo.
All right.
All you have to do is play the bingo game. It's called bingo.
Yeah, we are going to play Mingo one day. What I love is that we offered people prizes, whatever they want. They could have said $1 million. And they've gone for Barjas and a legal download.
Good on him.
Now, we're about to go away for a 2-week break, but I should point out that Ed Cavalier has said we're coming back with heaps of great new ideas.
He says within 12 months he'll have a list. Well, I think people want a bit more than a list.
I think they do, Ed.
He's riding me, that guy.
We need some adult supervision in here. Luckily, Jane Kennedy's here.
Hi, Jane.
Luckily, I'm the elder stateswoman.
No, I wasn't saying that. In fact, how much older are you than me?
1 day.
5 hours.
Oh, actually, it's 5 hours we worked out.
Wow,
Yeah.
Tone.
Yeah.
So-
Yeah, no, there's a bond.
And your lives are very similar. Jane has 5 children. Tone?
I've got a number of DVDs.
Tony has a number of DVDs, but you know that I have been doing a really, really crazy spring clean.
Right.
It's very boring to hear, but I was once suggested to me that I get rid of my record collection.
Oh, no, see, that's
As if in a million years I would do
foolish
that.
short-term advice. That's what that is.
So, of course, I've held on to it, but I have to say, I thought it was greater and bigger than it was.
Wow.
than it is in reality.
Oh, have you brought some vinyl in?
I've bought some vinyl in
Oh,
because
man.
She's opening the bag, Richie. Oh, what have we got?
well, I thought I would first show you all the very first album I ever bought with
wow.
my own money.
Wow, it's
See,
a big
this-
decision when you're young.
I'm seeing a gallery on the
I've
Get
got
This
to tell you,
website.
it's seriously obscure.
Come on.
It's called Ringo.
Ringo. I remember
What is
that album.
Oh, move it. No, not
Ringo
move it.
Starr's first solo album.
And with a beautiful gatefold art and a book.
And he's done a book. And look, sad
Oh,
me,
oh dear.
I've tried to learn the guitar chords.
Oh, that's cute.
You know, he was a drummer.
I know he was a drummer.
Has it got photograph
Tried
on
to
it?
learn the
Yes,
drum
it's got
chords.
photograph on it, and you're 16, you're beautiful and you're mine, which I really
Did
can't
Ringo-
stand that
did,
song.
Did he write that song? I quite like that.
Possibly. I can't remember what he wrote, but
I love it when you get a gatefold album that's got
Oh.
pages and a book in there.
but
if
I was
anyone's got
impressed by his sketches too. They're pretty
Yes.
good. He's a good illustrator.
very moody.
wow.
So that was my first ever album, which is pretty pathetic.
Hey, maybe we could celebrate by hearing Richard Marsden's Ringo Starr impression. Do that.
Thanks for copying down my guitar chords, Joan.
Oh, that's uncanny.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And then
Close your eyes.
It's best just to add at the end, Canberra.
It's a work in progress. We're
I
trying
feel
to.
like I'm hearing Thomas the Tank Engine, you know? It's spooky.
Tony's got John Lennon.
Yeah, no, I'm
Okay.
working on Paul Lennon. Sorry.
No,
Oh,
let's
what's
not bring up
next?
Paul. No, okay. First, I do have to. That's why I asked Ed when he was born, because I have all these Bobby Dazzler.
Oh, Bobby Dazzler.
Explosive Hit 75.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, wow. Now, these
Got
are
turned on.
KTEL originals.
KTEL Originals, another
Oh, my God.
Dynamite 78.
Bang.
Explosive hits.
And I have to tell you, Marsha Hines is on every album.
Is she?
Is that
really?
right?
It's really whack. Well, you know,
That's
every time
true.
she's appearing, and so is Mark Holden. Look. Hey, My Love by Mark Holden.
does that go?
On this one. Wouldn't have a clue.
Then
Really?
Dynamite 78
Okay.
has What I Did for Love by Marsha Hines.
Yep.
Oh, the Ted Mulry Gang.
It's classic, great, many Australian great rock songs. But I do now have a challenge, and I defy anybody in Australia to have what I've got.
What's that?
I have got, I'm sure the only person who has 2 albums by Christopher Cross.
Oh, there were 2?
There were 2 albums.
Oh, wow.
Flamingo based.
You've got both of them. They've got flamingos on
Both
the
of
cover.
them have flamingos on the cover, clearly because Christopher Cross was really unattractive.
Oh, really?
And he couldn't possibly have put himself on the cover at all because it wouldn't sell a record. And he's gone the flamenco link.
Now, who is... No, I don't know who Christopher
He
Cross
sang
is.
the theme.
Sailing takes me away.
Sailing Takes Me Away. The theme to Arthur.
Yes.
He sang that Between the Moon and, of course...
All Right. It says features the hit All Right on his Another Page album, which was $9.99.
Really? That's worth at least.
And I can't even remember how that one goes.
And I tell you what else he did, Ride Like the Wind.
Ride Like the Wind.
How
that's
does that
the one I
go?
know.
It's Ride Like the... Oh,
Ba-da-da-da. Oh, come on. It's got to be on
Yes.
Triple M playlist. for
da da
God's
da 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 da. Yeah,
No,
now
is
it's just
this-
turned into na na na.
On the album I'm holding here, Turned On,
Yeah. Jade Hurley is leaping out from the front of that one. Sticks.
it says Idi Amin.
Yeah, that was
Oh, yeah.
that was a novelty comedy.
It wasn't, yeah. This
Novelty
is for our more
comedy song.
mature listeners. And I've got, I've got Supertramp that's been played to death.
Oh,
ELO,
Breakfast
look,
in America
all
and
falling
ELO,
apart,
a new world
falling
record.
apart.
What an era.
This
It's
is
just
you can't get rid of
non-stop.
this stuff.
Does your daughter have any idea what these objects are?
I only explained it this morning, actually, when I pulled out a record and she said, that is so big. Because it's a very odd thing. Like, it looks like a CD, but
she
it's
will be
massive.
telling her daughter the same thing when the iPod comes out a few years' time.
so
It's
big.
massive.
It's so big. So
Original
there you go.
Australian cast album of Godspell, finally.
Great. I have been
Treats keep on coming.
I
From
have been hunting for that.
we love these. I think
Never ending, you know.
Did you have Screamer?
Yes, I think
You've got
It's in
Screamer.
there.
You've
You've
got.
got Ripper.
I've
What
got
is Ripper?
1 and 2, which
What
is
is that?
a girl's
There we go.
bottom
Oh,
with
yeah.
the shorts ripped,
Leather shorts.
leather shorts, and the artists written in pen on her
Yes,
bottom.
who wouldn't
buns.
want Ray Burgess written on your butt
Okay,
cheeks?
please explain to me why I would have paid money for Elton John Too Low for Zero.
Oh, how could you resist a?
How could I have bought that?
What's on? What are the hits on that one, Tone?
That was the song Too Low for Zero.
I'm
That.
still standing, and I
Oh.
guess that's why they call it the blues. Whole radio stations are founded on this album.
Night. Anybody for a hot summer night?
What's that one?
Who's Night?
Ooh, hot summer night.
Oh, yes,
yeah.
good stuff.
I'm into
Possibly not worth buying the whole album for. one would suggest.
The album Screamer, we were talking about how, to be great, be a hilarious idea to track down all the women who were screaming on the cover of the screen and reassemble them and do a new version of it.
That's true.
We mentioned that, and relatives
was.
started calling in and said they're too embarrassed. They don't want anyone to know. Can you stop talking about that, please?
And just because he's out here, because Countdown Spectacular's on the road, Rick Springfield.
Oh, yes.
Look at that hair.
What a
It's
collection.
Amazing, yeah. And that's like just the tip of the iceberg.
Some of these are from before my time. Explosive Hit 75.
Is there anything we can explain to you, Ed?
I wasn't yet thought of. Well, there's one thing I'd like you to tell me. There's a picture of Sherbet here in sort of deck chairs, open shirts in the mangroves. When was that okay?
Amongst the weeds, yeah.
They were huge. They were sex symbols.
Sex symbols?
Yeah.
Remember that photographer who used to do those girls, sort of...
David Hamilton.
Yes, it was sort of... I reckon that's the David Hamilton look. It's sort of...
Softcore porn from the late 70s.
Is this
And they
around the-
were hot.
Is this around the period that they did the score for the movie High Rollin'?
Could have been.
High Rollin'.
It's always good to see what these albums, decide to open with. So you've got Screamer, original artists, original hits.
Yeah.
Kicking off with Sky High by British Jigsaw. Blown it all sky high.
Oh, yeah, I like that song.
The theme to The Man from Hong Kong.
That's
Yep.
maybe where I know it from.
Fantastic.
Excellent,
Denim and Lace, Marty Roan. That's on Turned On.
Yes.
Guys and Dolls, pictured here in tuxedos, sitting on a hay bale.
Well, I think
what
they
was
were
that
the
about?
good old days because seriously, with the outfits they had to sort of clump them all together, and sort of stick them on hay bales. That could work, yeah.
But it looks like if these people rubbed up against each other too vigorously, they'd all explode.
I
The
think some of them
fabrics-
did.
Really?
Yes, I think
Hairspray and
some
and
explosive
naturally
hits.
combusted.
Most of these albums seem to have Marty Roan on them, I'm noticing. Ripper 77 featuring a mean pair of jeans.
See, possibly I'm tempted to start texting some of the Idol people and
Yes.
say,
These are
Come
songs they
on.
should revive.
"Come on,
A mean
revive
pair
them."
of jeans.
Yeah.
What do you mean, a mean pair of jeans? Oh, I see what you mean. That was the chorus. And maybe then the person who has a hit with that on Idol could follow it up with Baby Makes Her Blue Jeans Talk from Dr. Hook.
How does that go?
I can't remember, but the video was very graphic.
Was it?
It was the Californication of its day. The jeans just wouldn't shut up.
Now, this one, Mr. Romeo, Mr. Big. Isn't Mr. Big that I'm
Big
the
did
one
To
that
Be With You.
wants to... That's quite current, wasn't it? 90s?
It was, I reckon it was
It'll be
87, 88.
Really?
Maybe.
Yeah, it'll be back. And of course, Explosive Hit 75 kicks off side 2 with January Pilots.
Well, again, the Countdown Spectacular, I'm not here giving it a plug, but I'm just saying that it's currently out here. And,
Oh, okay.
and they go, the guy from Pilot to sing January. So they haven't got, the whole bands don't
Yeah,
exist
that's
anymore.
right.
So it's only one of the guys, one of the Bay City Rollers, the one that's possibly not in prison, is out here.
I think they sort of tag team it, don't they?
They're all, I tell you, the worst thing though is to see current shots of these people. If you didn't have to see how they've aged, it would
Yeah.
all be happiness. But
Oh, no.
they needed.
Was there an age limit on being a teen idol back in the day? Because now, like your Rhiannons and your Dean Gayers are quite young. They're kind of the age.
Yes.
Some of these people look like they're in their 60s.
Yeah.
Who is that guy?
You know who that is. I'm not going to say that
I
now.
genuinely don't know who
Who
that
is that?
is.
It's Daryl Braithwaite.
Oh, is that
Daryl?
Braithwaite? You know
Yes,
who that is.
come on.
He's such a chameleon. I didn't recognise him with a bob.
Yeah, it's quite a collection, and I'm hoping these are going to be in plastic protective covers by the
sorry.
close of
Tony
sun.
was.
He's
Tony
very
was-
tense about this.
He was shocked. There was one that the cover was ripped and there was no plastic bit holding the record in, and he had
That's
to
not
drop
good.
it. He was going to.
It looked filthy to him. Yeah. He just couldn't cope.
This sounds like a good setup for what we're going to do next. What do you suck at? You want to play that?
Love to.
I don't even know where to begin, but for
Really?
a start, I was terrible at sport and I really wanted to be
Really?
a brilliant runner. I've got the sad, Mum, I'm sick, I can't go. And Dad trying to teach me on the oval.
By yourself.
Yeah, by
run?
myself to run.
How much is there to learn about running, honestly?
I just couldn't do it. It was really, and I just, when I look back, it's just depressing.
Where did you go wrong? With one foot in front of the other didn't.
I think it was because I was a pretty fat kid.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I was chubby. Yeah, because I used
So
to
wait,
just sit in front of TV and watch Gilligan's Island and Brady Bunch and eat crumpets when I got home.
Oh, those were the days.
Halcyon days.
Crumpets and Dr. Hook. We were happy with that. We didn't need iPods.
And now I'm just witchy parent. I'm going, everybody, all the children, come on, go outside, run around. Here's a ball. Come on, don't watch TV all day. I'm just a witch about it. And, with food and things like that.
You're in good company here, not being. I mean, I was used to it as. I think I even had to go at golf, and that's just mostly walking around.
Tony,
I couldn't even
that's
do
just
that.
not going to happen. You
No,
and golf.
someone, I think I had a crowd, and I thought it was quite a good swing, and one of the people I was with was unconscious behind me.
Yeah, that'll happen.
Hopeless. Mr. Marsland, do you suck at anything?
I'm really bad at timing out my shopping. So when I go shopping, I don't buy enough. So I'll eat like a king for 4 days with every food group represented.
A king?
And then I'll have to wait another 4 days where just saladas for dinner.
Yeah.
And then just barbecue shapes the next day.
Yeah.
Because I've eaten all the meat and the fish. And
Those potato chips can make a sandwich, I find. They can get by for a couple of days on that.
You've eaten your protein first.
Yeah.
And then your carbs, and you're just left with your crap.
Richard, I know how you feel because last night for a late dinner I had bok choy and avocado.
Crazy bachelors.
Here's what Ed heavily sucks at, not being electrocuted on the radio. Did you hear that yesterday, Joan?
I heard it live. I was driving, and I thought this is fraught with danger. He's flying a chopper around the studio.
A remote-controlled helicopter inside. You're going, surely, I mean, I know
No.
it says not to fly them inside on the instruction book, but that's probably
that's
just...
like anything. That's like those warnings on cigarettes. They don't mean it.
Okay, now we're really in trouble.
I mean, yes, they do.
Just leave a gap so that they can cut that clip out for Media Watch.
No, they do mean it.
Just leave a gap because they're going to have to butt it up to the Kyle one.
No, they mean it. They really mean it. Smoking's bad. Don't do it, kids or anyone.
No good.
I have one extra one.
Please do.
I know
Please
that you were talking about Kenny G yesterday.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I have been dissed by Kenny G.
What?
Yes, for being a bad interviewer and being unprofessional. That was what I sucked at, apparently. Years ago, I was interviewing him, and the crew I was with forgot one piece of the camera, and he was all ready to go. And the guy goes, "Oh, we can't do the interview right now. We've got to go and get this other piece of camera." And Kenny went off at me.
You copped the pay from Kenny
I
G.
copped the power of the clarinet.
Is that right?
From the G Star. It really, when I heard Kenny G, when you mentioned him yesterday, it just creeped me out.
So did you say back to him, well, you're right, I am a hopeless interviewer, but it could be worse. I could be Kenny G! Think about that!
In hindsight, that would have been perfect.
But you had the perfect music to wait with. Just play some Kenny G while you waited. Just quickly, when we were talking about this in the office, we might do what do you suck at. I was on the phone to someone from my family, and they were overheard to say, "Just say human relations." Oh, thanks very much, family.
I just figure that
You know what I mean?
in the final episode of Get This, whenever it happens, we're going to discover that we're related. I just know that's going to be the ending.
I absolutely guarantee it.
Really?
I'm sure of it.
Jane, thanks for sitting in
A
for
pleasure. Have a great time, everyone. Enjoy
Thanks, Jane.
yourself.
to go out with our key phrase. Jane, I don't know if you've heard Richard Marsden singing the Venga Bus song.
Of
have you
course
heard
I
that?
have.
Have
Have
you
you
got
really?
that there, Richard?
No, I don't.
Can't seem to find
Can't
it.
you do it live?
Yeah, so what have you got for us to go out on? We need a big ending.
Okay, something like this.
Banger bus is coming, and everybody's running from north to Ibiza, the Mediterranean sun.
Get this, it's blown out to 2 hours, 11 to 1 weekdays on the Triple M network.